What makes this wild is that two people sat on record and claimed no other celebrities were involved. That it was just Diddy, Cassie, and a few unnamed women. Everyone else? Off the hook. Anyone saying otherwise? Labeled a liar. But that narrative starts falling apart the moment you rewind the footage. People keep asking how we all missed the clip Lil Rod allegedly showed of himself and Cuba Gooding Jr. in a so-called red room. If that footage exists, then the question becomes obvious. Where is Cuba in the documentary? Where was he during the trial? And it doesn't stop there. Where is Stevie J? Where is Stephen Jordan? At this point, Jaguar Wright jokes that it's starting to feel like a game of Where's Waldo? Except instead of a striped shirt, it's the same familiar faces with the same forced smiles, always around, never addressed. For years, Jaguar Wright has been naming celebrities she claims were deeply—
But that's wild, because two Ray sat here online and said no other celebrities were involved. And then I'm a liar. No other celebrities were involved. I'm a liar. Diddy and Cassie and a couple other girls, no other celebrities.
Yeah, how did we miss where Little Rod showed footage of him and Cuba Gooding in the red room? And that, like, where's Cuba in the documentary? Where's Cuba during the trial?
No, where's Stevie J?
Where's Stevie J?
Where's Stephen Jordan? We should turn it into like one of those cartoons, like Where's Waldo? And see if we can find him in that goofy ass smile.
Embedded in Diddy's world. Sometimes even worse than what the public knows about Diddy himself. And now in 2026, she's blowing that whistle louder than ever. Surprisingly, her message is starting to overlap with one of the last people anyone expected, 50 Cent. Rumors are circulating that with the release of Diddy, The Reckoning, more names were quietly added to the internal list. Names that never made the final cut. And people are starting to look sideways, wondering if some of their favorite celebrities were simply edited out, not innocent. Take Stephen Jordan. Jaguar points out that he was allegedly present at the Star Island house during the same period Lil Rod describes as chaotic and disturbing. Even more suspicious, Jordan was reportedly there during the raid itself. If that's true, how does someone show up for the raid, but not the documentary? Meanwhile, French Montana made the cut, despite appearing on video calls with Diddy and Rodney Jones. But Stephen Jordan? Nothing. No mention, no explanation. Then there's Stevie J, a name Jaguar Wright has been calling out for years. Not just for attending industry events or white parties, but for being present at the kind of Diddy gatherings that—
Where are these people? Because Stephen Jordan was at the house on Star Island where all of those weird, crazy things was happening in the Little Rod when the house got raided. Y'all remember?
Yeah.
He was there for the raid. So how was he there for the raid and he wasn't in the documentary? How? French Montana made the cut. He was on video from with the good one. And Rodney Jones, and no Stephen Jordan. Nothing.
Allegedly left people questioning their boundaries, decisions, and sometimes their safety the next morning. Given how close Stevie J and Diddy have been since the early 90s, his absence from the narrative raised eyebrows. And things got even more uncomfortable when Lil Rod's civil lawsuit briefly mentioned Stevie J. According to the filing, Diddy allegedly pressured Lil Rod to watch a video said to show Stevie J being intimate with another man. Lil Rod claims this wasn't random, it was about normalizing behavior and demonstrating power. A reminder of who was protected, who was connected, and who could never really say no. And that's where the real question sits. If no other celebrities were involved, why are so many familiar names being quietly avoided? The message being pushed was that bending over backward was normal because everyone else was doing it. Stevie J responded by flatly denying everything, saying he never witnessed anything wild at a Diddy party. And technically, that could be true. Seeing something and being involved are two very different things. So while Stephen
Jr., who is being accused of sexual assault in a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, is now listed as a defendant. The accusations against Gooding Jr. stems from a civil complaint filed in New York last month by Rodney Jones, who is a former producer for Combs. Jones alleges Combs is liable for a sexual assault he says he experienced by the Oscar award-winning actor. According to court filings, the alleged assault happened on a yacht rented by Combs to the U.S. Virgin Islands in January 2023. Gooding Jr. has not commented on the lawsuit.
BJ insists he didn't witness anything inappropriate. The bigger question people are asking is whether he participated. According to Jaguar Wright, that denial is, at best, a carefully worded half-truth. Then there's Lil Rod, whose lawsuit didn't just include accusations. It referenced alleged footage and specific incidents. One of the most serious claims involves Cuba Gooding Jr., who is now named as a defendant. According to the civil complaint filed in New York, Rodney Jones alleges he was assaulted during a yacht trip in the U.S. Virgin Islands in January 2023, on a vessel reportedly rented by Diddy. Gooding Jr. has not publicly commented on the lawsuit, and this wouldn't be his first time facing allegations like this. In 2019, surveillance footage surfaced showing him allegedly touching a woman without consent outside a New York bar. He initially fought the charge, but later pleaded guilty to a lesser offense. That case was followed by multiple additional accusations from different women over the years. So when people ask how someone ends up facing that many similar claims, the question isn't random, it's...
How did you find yourself in a scenario where dozens of women were accusing you of sexual assault, pleading guilty to forcible touching, and settling lawsuits?
Cumulative. French Montana's name has also entered the conversation. Public clips show him celebrating closely with Diddy, and rumors have circulated for years about his proximity to the inner circle. Comedian Cat Williams alleged that French Montana attended the same private gatherings now under scrutiny. Cat even suggested that French's recent engagement to a wealthy woman overseas was less about romance and more about protection, implying it could complicate potential legal exposure in the US. Those claims remain unproven, but they've fueled speculation. What is confirmed is that French...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear French. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
This is a special birthday for both of us.
Yeah.
Montana spent years signed to Bad Boy Records, keeping him firmly within Diddy's orbit during the same era. Many of these allegations are now being revisited. And once again, the pattern repeats. Familiar names, close proximity, and a long list of people who somehow never seem to make it into the final narrative. French Montana did have a documented business relationship with Diddy that began around 2011 and extended through 2023. That relationship included Diddy serving as an executive producer on Montana's documentary for Khadijah. On paper, it was professional. But since Diddy's legal troubles began, people online have noticed a shift. French Montana has repeatedly avoided or cut short interviews whenever questions turn to Diddy or the alleged private parties. Clips of him walking away mid-question have circulated widely, and while that doesn't prove anything...
I feel like anything with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis. This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the piper.
Many social media users interpret the avoidance as discomfort rather than coincidence. Others argue it's simply strategic silence. Either way, the pattern hasn't gone unnoticed. Then there's Trey Songz, whose name has resurfaced amid renewed scrutiny of industry figures connected to Diddy. In December 2021, a woman named Jawa Jeffries filed a $20 million lawsuit alleging sexual assault at the Miami nightclub Eliv, commonly referred to as 11 Miami. The lawsuit also named Diddy and the venue as defendants, claiming the incident occurred after a New Year's Eve party at Diddy's home. All allegations were denied. Not long after, another lawsuit emerged involving a Jane Doe who reportedly sought $25 million over similar allegations. That case was quietly settled, according to multiple reports, though no admission of wrongdoing was made. Around the same time, rumors circulated online about alleged footage showing Trey Songz in close, affectionate behavior with Diddy. Those clips were never independently verified, and if they existed, they never resurfaced publicly. Some speculate they were buried along with other legal matters, but that remains unconfirmed. Another name that continues to spark debate is Clive Davis, a legendary music executive who mentored Diddy long before Bad Boy Records became a powerhouse. Jaguar Wright has repeatedly claimed that Davis worked closely with both Diddy and Jay-Z to consolidate power in the industry. According to her allegations, that influence came at a cost to artists who were vulnerable, outspoken, or expendable. Jaguar has specifically pointed to Whitney Houston, arguing that projects bearing her name after her death primarily benefited executives who controlled her estate. She has accused Clive Davis in particular of continuing to profit while rewriting the narrative around Whitney's life and legacy. These claims are strongly disputed by many in the industry, but they persist because of the broader pattern people believe they see. Adding fuel to the fire, 50 Cent has alleged in his documentary work that Diddy publicly claimed to have paid for Biggie's funeral out of pocket, while records later suggested the costs were charged to Biggie's estate. If true, critics argue that this fits a recurring theme of image management versus behind-the-scenes financial reality. Now, rumors are swirling that 50 Cent and Jaguar Wright may collaborate further in future installments of Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Only 4 episodes are currently available, but 50 has openly teased more to come. Insiders and online commentators claim Jaguar's reporting could play a bigger role in upcoming episodes. Even more surprising, some reports suggest Ellen DeGeneres' name may also surface as these investigations widen, though no formal allegations have been made public. Naturally, the internet has opinions. One commenter wrote, "People just don't get it. The music industry has always been wicked." Another said, "A mogul didn't just fall. An entire empire is collapsing." And perhaps the most repeated sentiment of all, what's done in the dark always comes to light. So now the question is yours. Do you think these lawsuits, allegations, and long-standing rumors point to a deeper truth about the industry? Or is this another case of the internet amplifying speculation beyond the facts? As the saying goes, there's rarely smoke without fire, but sometimes the fire is smaller than it looks. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like and subscribe, and click on the next video, because this story is far from over, and it only gets messier from here.